Hey y'all. So I struggle with the idea that I don't know where I'm heading in life. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I want to do. And sometimes it feels really hard to deal with these feelings. But I want to make this video to say that it's okay to feel like you don't know where you're going in life. If you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow, the next week, in a month, what you're going to do for work, what you're going to do for a job, that is okay. You know, we don't need to know everything, and uncertainty is a fact of life. So that's why I want to touch on some things in this video. The first thing being that I find a lot of people really struggle with the fact that they just don't have everything figured out, especially college students and high school students, right? They're getting to that point in life where they feel like they need to make a decision about their future. They need to decide where they want to go to college at, what they want to do for a job, because as a college student, I had to pick a major, right? I had to decide what I'm going to go into. And especially if people are in my position where they have to pay for it out of pocket, like no one else is paying for them, and they have to take out their own student loans, that can be a really big psychological factor. To be fair, because honestly, you are pulling out thousands of dollars of student loans and you're making a choice right here and then, which all these people are telling you to do. Decide a major, decide what you want to do. Here's the job market, go do an internship here, go do that. That puts so much stress and psychological malnourishment, I would say, on the students, because how can you know depending on where you go to college and when you do, right? How can you know at 18 years old what you really want to do in life? How can you say that? For those of you that are in your late 20s, early 30s, you obviously probably know that what you thought you were going to do in life when you were younger is not what you're doing now, and maybe not what you want to do now. So how honestly is society expecting these young 18, 19, 20-year-olds to know exactly what they want to do, pull out thousands of dollars in student loans, and then just be okay with that decision later in life? It's okay to not know what you want to do. And I want to make that fact be known because a lot of people struggle with it. The second thing I want to pull out is there are a lot of working class adults in this day and age, and especially this economy, that are really struggling with what they're doing currently. They're not happy in their line of work. They're not happy with maybe their situation economically or financially, I'd say. And they're also maybe not happy with how their current relationship status is or their personal life. That is also okay. We all want better. And of course, we need to do the things that will improve our life proactively. But sometimes it's really easy, personally, because I struggle with this a lot, is to get caught in the YouTube rabbit hole or like self-help rabbit hole, right? When it comes to books or podcasts or YouTube videos, it's very easy to struggle with these things. I would say that it's so easy to get lost in the sauce here, and you need to remember that you can only perform the actions. Watching people on YouTube, reading these self-help books, listening to these self-help podcasts, that is good and all. It gives you all this plethora of information that you can use to apply in your life. But that's the key factor, right? You have to apply that to your life. You have to apply it. And I, for the longest time, was really struggling with this fact. It feels so comforting when you're not happy with where you're at in life to just go onto YouTube or listen to a podcast about maybe someone that has what you want, and you're listening to them about how to succeed or how to be successful. And then you just use that to overcome the negative emotions you have of where you're currently at in life. And I am trying to stop that right now. And I would recommend to you too to begin stopping this cycle. Of course, I'm not saying don't listen to self-help books or podcasts or YouTube videos, but you need to start taking steps forward yourself. You need to start applying all of this information to your life, and you can't just sit down and be stagnant. That is how the negative emotions come in from the outside or come in from within, because you're not moving, you're not taking a step forward, and the negative thoughts are really affecting you. And because you're not moving, you can't get away from these thoughts, right? You're not making progress. You're not where you want to be. And so you're constantly in this state of woe is me and life is not how I want it. And maybe you have all these regrets from the past of like, maybe if I just chose to do this one thing or say yes to this one person or actually decide to maybe study abroad, that your life would be different now. And I'm here to say that your life is this way now because of your actions, and the only way it will change is through your actions. You need to make the stand and take a step forward. And once you take that one step forward, it's really easy to try to stop, but then you just need to take another step and another step until you're eventually on your way to improving the life that you want to have and to grab that future for yourself. Opportunity is there for everybody. It exists for everyone. But opportunity is just what it sounds like. Opportunity. And without action, opportunity is useless. So, I'm making this video for everyone out there who may be struggling with this sense of regret from the past or is uncertain of the future with what they have in life. I'm here to tell you it's okay to not know where you want to go, what you want to do, and to be not okay with where you're currently at. But what is not okay, you can't be stagnant. That is not okay. Being stagnant is just going to make things worse for you, and it's not going to remove where you're at. It's not going to improve things. So take that step forward. Take one more step after that. Be consistent with the things that you want to do. If you want to go study a language, make sure you're studying every day. If you want to travel abroad, actually take steps to prepare for that, like saving a certain amount of money once a month or, planning things out. If you want to make videos, but by not doing anything and just watching self-help videos and reading self-help books, you're not going to move and you're not going to go anywhere. So please take that step forward, and I'm right there with you. I'm also trying to take a step forward myself. And thank you for watching.